The Alumni Titan Award, an annual award, honors alumni who, through outstanding service to IMSA, advance the institution's mission and work. The honorees are enthusiastic and energetic IMSA champions who dedicate significant time, talent, and/or treasure to endeavors that help the Academy fulfill its role in developing talent and leadership in mathematics, science, and technology in our state, nation, and the world. Will Melvin's family members, friends, and anyone who taught or worked with Melvin, please stand so we can recognize you as well. Thank you. To present the first award, I welcome IMSA Board of Trustee Leslie Juby.
Thank you, Dr. Torres. This is my favorite part of being a trustee, is giving awards. I love this. Our first award, the Alumni Titan Award, goes to Melvin Bacani, class of 1990. Melvin has been an active and engaged volunteer with IMSA and the IMSA Alumni Association since 2009, when he first joined the IMSA Alumni Association cabinet and took the lead role in planning his 20-year class reunion. His volunteer efforts have increased every year since, and he has a triple role as an IMSA alumnus, an IMSA parent, and an IMSA employee. Welcome home. Melvin has played a critical role in advancing the work of the IMSA Alumni Association, enhancing the tools and support needed for the cabinet leaders to truly lead and execute programs. Melvin has brought his leadership experience to the IMSA Alumni Association, leading effective meetings and ensuring that every program is successful. In addition, he has been a key to the increased alumni network, growing and expanding the use of Facebook and LinkedIn for alumni and region-specific groups across the nation. Melvin created and organized the first ever IMSA Alumni Association grassroots fundraising appeal for the IMSA Fund. This showed a vested interest in the cabinet partnering with the IMSA Fund to raise money and participation from alumni in annual fund campaign. In its first year, the appeal raised nearly $10,000 with Melvin's help. His leadership has elevated and empowered the volunteer leaders of the IMSA Alumni Association and has set the stage for more meaningful and strategic activities between alumni, students, and IMSA. Oh, I lost a page. Sorry. As president of the IMSA Alumni Association, Melvin has contributed his time and talent to forge connections between current IMSA students and the alumni community. He has fostered fun on campus by helping events, making smoothies. I understand he's a world-class DJ. He's available to IMSA parents, current students, and alumni, coordinating IMSA Alumni Association activities, events, and meetings. And in doing these many activities, Melvin has contributed to the collaborative spirit of IMSA. His efforts at connecting the IMSA community will undoubtedly serve our state, our nation, and our world in years to come. Melvin's ongoing support of Intercession and other IMSA Alumni Association outreach programs has fostered fruitful friendships across the divide of graduating dates. Melvin graduated with a BS in pure mathematics from the University of Michigan. After 20 years working at Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank Data Mining Systems, and Citadel, last year Melvin helped start a new commodities trading firm, Leeward Point Capital, as the CIO. Leeward recently merged with Typhon Capital Management, where Melvin is now acting CIO, and also took on the role of CTO, Director of Operations at Typhon Access. Melvin, congratulations. Please join me to receive your award. Okay, so.
So thank you, Leslie, and the Board of Trustees for this award. Thank you to Lisa, Carolyn, and all the others that worked with me from the IMSA Development Office over the past few years. I'd also like to thank my fellow IMSA alumni cabinet members. This award really belongs to all of them because all these volunteers really are needed to help make all these programs successful. I'd also like to thank my parents who, over 25 years ago, took the leap of faith with me when they dropped me off to live in a science lab with 23 other teenage boys. Back then, the residence halls were still under construction. IMSA only had funding for the classes of 89 and 90 for one semester. And the only way my parents could get a hold of me is through writing letters and a payphone that was in the old cafeteria. And lastly, thank you to my wife, Jadette, for pushing me to continue giving to IMSA, because she said it's a good thing, makes me a better person. Sorry, a little emotional. And sets a good example for my kids that service is important. So I will confess that in pure IMSA fashion, I procrastinated as long as I could to write this acceptance speech. I wasn't expecting applause for that, but I did finish before noon today, so I think I'm pretty good. And it was part of my cramming for the session for this session today. I went back and listened to some of the other award winners from the Board of Trustees, and the more I heard them, the more I felt more humbled that I didn't really deserve this award. And you know, I told my wife that I really didn't feel like I should be honored, but sorry, I'm kind of a but you know, I didn't feel honored because I didn't have great stories or great quotes to share, and felt kind of out of my league with some of the other people like Steve who were getting this award. And you know, without hesitation, he said, you know, that's what makes this award even better, because it shows that anyone, even you, can make a difference. So, thank you. But so, sorry, I'm a little emotional, but I was told that I should share why I decided to give time volunteering back to IMSA today. And I'm sure it's supposed to have a profound effect on all the students here and encourage you to give back to IMSA after you graduate. But the reality is, I didn't connect much with IMSA after I graduated. And when our 5-year reunion rolled around in 1995, I was knee-deep in a new job on Wall Street and really couldn't take time off to head back to IMSA. So back then, email wasn't the main source of communication for us, and Google didn't exist, and the handful of websites that were out there were on a single page on Yahoo. And as advanced as IMSA was, our reunion coordination and invitations were sent to us via US postal mail. And since there was no Facebook, our RSVPs included a section for us to send in an update on what we're doing, and it was going to be published in a reunion book that was handed out to all our classmates. So outside of the normal demographic information, the form asked us to list, you know, what did we miss the least about IMSA and what did we miss the most about IMSA? And since I wasn't going to be at the reunion, I thought I'd be a little clever, and I wrote, what would I miss the least about IMSA? The place. And what was I going to miss the most about IMSA? And it was the people here. And it wasn't until a few weeks after the reunion that I actually got a copy of my reunion book. And I was able to hear what my other classmates were up to. And when I read my own entry, I saw that it had all my correct information in there. No reason why anybody wasn't contacting me. But when I read my update, it actually said, what do you miss the least about IMSA? The people. So I was slightly horrified by that. Thinking that my fellow classmates probably think, oh, he didn't show up to the reunion, he doesn't miss us. Well, it was at that point where I decided that, I'm going to be more involved with IMSA. And I'm going to help plan out my next reunion. So it culminated to me being part of the 10-year reunion, planning out our 20-year reunion, and getting involved with the Alumni Association. And I will report that my classmates do not think I hate them. So all was good. When my daughter became a member of the class of 2013, I got to see IMSA from the eyes of a parent as well. And I got involved with connecting alumni with students and parents through IA programs, had fun teaching intercession, DJing on campus, and more. And after Megan graduated and my reunion was long over, I found myself helping to retool a lot of the alumni programs by expanding our footprint into LinkedIn for professional connections and helping retool some of our alumni programs on a social level, both in person as well as virtually on Facebook and other social media sites. And by then, I found myself not giving because IMSA was a big part of, giving because IMSA actually turned out to be a big part of my life, and not because I was doing it because there was a reunion mishap or because my daughter was here. IMSA turned out to be, very important to me. And whether it be applying the analytical skills that are born from my Science and Society in the Future class, or running statistical regressions rooted from IMSA calculus, or connecting with any of the almost 5,000 alumni out there, I found that giving back was just a small part in helping say, I appreciate IMSA and the experience I was given. So in closing, you may be a few months or a few years away from graduation. And like me back then, you might think giving back financially will not make a difference at first, but even $5 shows you support IMSA. You may find that you're too far away to give back your time, but sharing your thoughts on why you picked your college might actually help a current IMSA student here. And while you may want to give yourself a little distance from IMSA, the reality is that IMSA will miss you. So trust me when I say that you will want to stay connected to IMSA and your IMSA friends, and it will become one of the treasures of your life. So don't wait until an editorial typo to stay connected and get involved like I did. Thank you.